별로라고 별로라면은 좀 예쁘다 해달래. 그럼 난 도대체 어디에 맞춰야 돼?
아 이거 희찬 씨 얘기도 들어볼게요 한번.
아, 네. 정확하게 맞는 말이고요. 네, 맞아요. 확실해요, 진짜로. 네.
확실한 건 넌 잘생겼어.
아, 이제 그 뭐 이제 춤 알려달라면은 이제 뭐 저 원하는 거 없어요. 바로 알려드릴게요.
혹시 셀카를 얼마나 보내시길래 이런 말이 나와?
제 생각인데 이제 우리 한국사가 말한 것 같은데 그 예를 들면 제가 이제 인스타그램 인별 그 올릴 때 사진을 항상 제가 같이 그 노래 같은 거를 정해야 된단 말이에요. 근데
맞습니다.
이제 저 친구한테 이제 보내면서 사진을 보내요. 내가 이렇게 사진을 올릴 건데 여기에 맞는 노래 좀 골라줄 수 있을까? 그래서 사진을 한 20몇 장 맨날 보는 것 같아요.
와. 몇 차 안 남았습니다.
괜찮아, 진짜 사랑한다.
감사합니다.
당신은 천사입니다.
와. 좋습니다. 좋습니다.
마음이 따뜻해진다.
어떠셨나요?
좋은데요?
오.
약간 생각보다 그렇게 풍로가 생각보다 없네요. 감사합니다. 좋습니다.
비방용이라.
자 그러면 오늘의 마지막 코너로 가보겠습니다. 오늘 해외 팬분들이 굉장히 많이 들어와 계시는데요. 해외 팬 한 분과 얘기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. Hi, Emmy.
Hi, it's Emmy.
Hello, Emmy. Welcome. How did you become a fan of DKB? Was it like a special moment?
So I became a fan of DKB back in 2023, and one special moment I had was getting to see you guys during your Dark Strange tour and getting to take this Polaroid photo with Junko. And so I cherish this Polaroid every day.
I mean, I heard you got something you're curious about
Yes.
today to DKB.
Yes, I'm curious. When you guys are traveling abroad in Korea or outside of Korea, what are some of your favorite foods that you've tried while abroad?
혹시 해외 나가실 때 되게 좋아하시는 음식이 있으셨는지 물어보세요.
햄버거 진짜 맛있게 먹었어요.
햄버거요. 어느 나라 햄버거?
인앤
오케이.
인앤 햄버거 소스.
그 미국에서 먹는 한식이 진짜 맛있었어.
진짜요? 미국에서 먹는 한식.
한식이랑 와 설렁탕이랑 진짜 맛있더라고.
진짜 맛있어요. 맞아요. Wow. They said Korean food in America. That was interesting. I mean, I heard you brought something to show us today too.
Yes, since I got to meet DKB through Simply K-pop SNS, I wanted to show my appreciation by dancing to your new song Irony. If you could, please dance with me.
Let's go. Let's go.
아이러니 추실 건데요.
Okay. Okay.
아이러니해. 같이 아이러니해.
Let's go.
아이러니해.
Uh-huh.
아이러니해.
Okay.
Wow, that was amazing.
Thank you.
혹시 다크비도 한마디 해주실 수 있나요?
근데 전 진짜로 감동을 너무 한 게 약간 진짜 좋아서 하시는 게 느껴졌어요. 그래서 진짜 너무 고맙고 so amazing. I remember you.
Yeah, he's so thankful that you danced today. Could we get one last greeting?
Yes, it was so amazing getting to see DKB again. Thank you so much again for this opportunity, and best of luck for DKB for Irony. Irony, 화이팅!
Thank you.
화이팅! 만나볼 수 있어서 너무
사랑해요.
I love you.
너무 좋았습니다. Thank you for joining us, Emmy. That brings us to the end of Simply K-pop Stage Story SNS with DKB. Time went by so fast. 네, 오늘 다크비 분들 저희와 함께 하셨는데 어떠셨는지 혹시 소감 들어볼 수 있을까요?
이묘에서 했던 그 폴로하는 그 코너가 한번 저도 당해보고 싶더라고요.
아, 진짜요?
다음에도 기회가 있으면 제가
오,
당해보겠습니다.
좋습니다. 너무 좋아요.
오늘 너무 재밌었어요.
네, 재밌었습니다.
너무 오늘 행복한 게 우리 비분들이랑 이렇게 또 오늘 함께 할 수 있어서 저는 그게 너무 행복하고요. 오늘 또 엄청 좀 신박한 코너들을 많이 했잖아요. 굉장히 너무 재밌었고 오늘 굉장히 추억이 많이 남을 것 같습니다. 너무 감사합니다.
네, 저도 제가 제일 사랑하는 우리 비비분들과 이렇게 함께 토크쇼를 할 수 있어서 너무 행복했습니다. 정말 건강한 연말 보내시고 여러분 정말로 올해 끝나기 전에 한 번 더 불러주시면 저희가 출동하겠습니다.
좋습니다.
네, 저희 MC들은 여기서 인사드리고요. 다크비 분들의 위켄드 무대는 물론
And Star, Simply K-pop SNS. See you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's fly for your love. 지겨워져 every word. Now we don't done this shit like a weekend. Fly for your love. Yeah, let's fly for your love. 내일 따윈 없단 듯이 like a weekend. 이 더러워진 나의 머리를 식혀. 그 약속들도 왜나 몰라 밀어 담죠. 아무것도 되지 않은 애 내 옆에. 하지만 별 똑같아 너가 내 옆에. Oh God. 100번 말해봐도 모르겠다. 아무나 내려줘 내 답했다. 고민 가득하면 나는 소피 창밖으로보다. It will be okay. I'm gonna run away. 아주처럼게 어린애처럼 해. Yeah, let's fly for your love. 지겨워지지 every word. 내일 따윈 없단 듯이 like a weekend. Fly for your love. Yeah, let's fly for your love. 내일 따윈 없단 듯이 like a weekend. 남동 카페 거리와 기자기한 소품샵. 네가 좋아하는 꽃집에 들러 꽃을 사고. 어지러운 일상 속 유일한 휴식처가 될 날을 기다리며 나서래. From sunset to sunlight, no I love this melody. Someday 분위기 바래 매일이 너 샘플 샘 말고 곱하기. You and me love that so reading lesson. 첫눈에 반한 것처럼 내게 반했어. 시간이 멈춘 듯한 느낌 네 앞에 설 때마다. Yeah, let's fly for your love. 지겨워지지 every word. 내일 따윈 없단 듯이 like a weekend. Fly for your love. Yeah, let's fly for your love. 내일 따윈 없단 듯이 like a weekend. 토요일 밤에 이야기가 끝이 나고 일요일 아침 화장 안에 살만하면 매일이 금요일 밤이 되길 바래. 내일은 없단 듯이 like a weekend. We will make it, bring some right. We will rip it, morning, night. We will dance it until the down. On the weekend I just wanna be with you. 넌 제일 빛나 내 옆에 있을 때가. So I gotta stay by my side, boo. So many ups and downs, roller coaster ride. So I gotta stay by my side, boo. 세상은 너무 험해. 넌 나의 빛난 너를 원해. 널 혼자서 두기엔 너무 예뻐서 난 매일이 불안해. 그러니 저처럼 내 옆에 찰싹 붙어. 네 미남은 이만 편히 항상 맡길 수 있어 너의 두 손. I'm your Tinkerbell 내 빛을 따라가려 Peter Pan. Let me take you to my Neverland. 그대와 함께 fly high up in the sky. 밤하늘에서 넌 난 별이 되어. 세상을 환히 밝혀. We make this world brighter. Cause we the stars. Cause we the stars. You and me, baby, we the stars. 어둠이 짙어질수록 우린 더욱더 눈이 부실 정도로 필요하지 점점. Yeah, 색깔은 24K gold color. Yeah, so I don't level my love. So shiny when I'm with you, boo. Feel like jumping on trampoline. 달나라까지 가서 traveling. Walking on the moon and gauge. 너 머리처럼 걸어 runway. 술밤을 일수쿠. 적당한 glamour. 그대와 함께 fly high up in the sky. 밤하늘을 수놓는 별이 되어. 될 땐 Expressing Hallyu 달콤한 사랑을 속삭일 때 That's the best part of the movie 미치는 맘은 read 그대 나를 비춘 빛 나만의 superstar They only love on me so that I can read Oh my 그대 함께 fly up in the sky 밤하늘을 수놓는 별이 되어 세상을 환히 밝혀 We make this world brighter Cause we the stars Cause we the stars You and me, baby, we the stars
How to survive in Korea. Cafes. Step 1. Find a seat. Before ordering, find a seat. Laptop, ID, smartphone, jacket, whatever that can mark your territory. But no bites. It's a little too big. Step 2. Pick up. We do not ask or call your name. We call out, B69번 고객님. The buzzer will vibrate when your order is ready at the counter. Wait, got your straw? Keep the top of the wrapper on. Doing this is more hygienic. Step 3. Cafe etiquette. If you need to use your laptop, find a seat next to a socket. No extra charge for using electricity. But if you're staying over 3 hours, how about ordering another drink or dessert? Step 4. Last bite standing. There's a mysterious custom in Korea. The last bite standing. When there's about 1 bite left of that cake, nobody will go for it. You might be tempted, but don't be hasty. Right before you get up, take the last piece saying that you simply can't waste food, or just leave it. It will save a few calories. Did you survive at the cafe? Did someone behind the counter catch your eye? Go for the same drink every single day.
오늘도 아이스 말차 라떼 드실 거죠?
You might make an impression.
Millennial and Gen Zs are reshaping the world. News generation shares their fresh perspectives on what's trending now. From global developments to everyday culture, we're diving into the stories that matter. This is News Generation.
반갑습니다. Welcome to K-Culture Dive, where we dive deeper into the heart of Korean culture with K-entertainment issues, AI culture news, K-culture and photos, and today our Hallyu People segment, where we meet an award-winning photojournalist. And I'm your host, Kwon So-ah. Let's dive in. Joining me on Thursday's Dive is our co-host Bella Kim. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa, and hello, everyone. Joining us today on K-Culture Dive. I'm Bella, here to co-host and fill you guys all in with some exciting K-entertainment news.
Let's get right into K-Enter news, Bella. Year 2026 is especially exciting with many K-pop groups comebacks.
Right.
And this group that we're going to cover today is also highly anticipated. It is
BLACKPINK. They are set to make a powerful comeback next month. Their agency, YG Entertainment, revealed a comeback teaser and announced that the group will release their third mini album titled Deadline on February 27th. This is BLACKPINK's first full-length album release in 3.5 years since Born Pink in September of 2022. The new album shares its title Deadline with their recent world tour, symbolizing a powerful reunion and a new beginning. All the major recording has been completed and the music video have been filmed, with final touches now being made to ensure top quality for their fans.
So not much left until the deadline of their release.
Right.
And now, Bella, we have another girl group with a great achievement.
HYBE's Korean-American girl group Cat's Eye have achieved a meaningful milestone on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. According to Billboard, the group entered 3 songs simultaneously on the main singles chart Hot 100 this week, marking a rare accomplishment for a relatively new group. First, a hit from Cat's Eye's second EP, Gabriella, climbed 1 spot to number 21, setting a new personal best for the group. Their latest release, Internet Girl, also made a powerful debut at number 29, immediately entering the upper tier of the chart. And another track that also made onto the chart is Gnarly, also from their second EP, landing at number 89, giving Cat's Eye a total of 3 entries on the Hot 100 this week. And all 3 songs charting at the same time highlights the group's growing influence in North American music market.
Well, looking forward to more amazing activities by them. And lastly, Bella, let's end with a Korean Netflix film that's making the waves.
That's right. The movie The Great Flood, or 대홍수 in Korean, has topped Netflix non-English film chart for 4 consecutive weeks. According to Netflix, the film has maintained its #1 position for nearly a month since its release on December 19th and has ranked in the top 10 in 56 countries, including Korea, Hong Kong, Indonesia, and also Japan. The film had an especially strong start with 27.9 million views in its first week and recorded 5.2 million views last week, continuing its 4-week streak at the top of the non-English movie category. The Great Flood depicts the struggles of Anna, a single mother of a 6-year-old son who suddenly wakes up in the middle of a devastating flood that engulfs her apartment complex and the rest of the planet. And she fights to protect her young son as she navigates the flooded building. It's directed by Kim Byung-woo and stars Kim Da-mi and Park Hae-soo. And I can't wait to finally watch it over this weekend. I'm going to catch it this weekend.
Maybe I'll join you there, Bella, but I still have to go through the culinary class wars. But speaking of which, we are now going to go over to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front, and she's going to mention something about the culinary class wars as well. So Arirang, over to you.
Thanks, Soa. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. The Seoul Plaza ice skating rink surpassed 100,000 cumulative visitors this week, just 26 days after opening. The rink has drawn an average of about 4,000 visitors per day, exceeding last season's daily average. This season, the rink was redesigned with a yellow-toned, diamond-shaped concept of the winter ring, which enhances the festive winter atmosphere. Additional convenience facilities were installed to improve accessibility and visitor comfort. The ring also played a central role in the 2025 Seoul Winter Festa, which concluded earlier this month, serving as a hub connecting major downtown attractions, including Gwanghwamun Square, Cheonggyecheon Stream, and Dongdaemun Design Plaza. 6 in 10 visitors to the National Folk Museum of Korea last year were foreign nationals, highlighting the museum's growing international appeal. The museum said that of the nearly 2.3 million visitors recorded in 2025, about 1.3 million were foreign nationals. The number of foreign visitors rose 103% from 2024, recording the highest level among museums nationwide. Visitor numbers were particularly strong in October, when e-pic meetings were held, with more than 180,000 people visiting the museum during that month. Amid growing attention following Venerable Sonja's appearance on Netflix's cooking showdown Culinary Class Wars Season 2, Korea's Jogye Order has announced it is reviewing plans to establish a school dedicated to temple cuisine. Speaking at a New Year press briefing on Wednesday, Venerable Jinwoo, president of the Jogye Order's administrative headquarters, underscored the need to create temple cuisine schools that can help people find inner calm through improved mental and physical well-being. He also outlined plans to expand the Buddhist Expo and develop outreach models that better connect Buddhism with different generations. Venerable Sonjae has drawn praise for introducing the philosophy of Korean temple cuisine to a global audience. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
Through a single photo at a time, we take a closer look at culture in Korea. This is K-Culture in Photos. Following Tuesday's Korea-Japan summit, one cultural site in Japan's Nara prefecture is drawing attention. And it's not just a place, it's a statue. This Buddhist statue housed at Hallyu Temple is often known as the 백제 관음상. The statue dates back to Japan's Asuka period and has long been admired as a masterpiece of early Buddhist art. Many believe it reflects strong cultural exchanges between ancient Korea and Japan, though scholars continue to debate its exact origins. Horyuji itself is one of Japan's oldest temples and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, symbolizing centuries of shared history. So, as leaders meet and diplomacy moves forward, moments like this remind us that culture often speaks first, quietly, and across time. This looks like a map, but not a subway map and not a tourist guide either. It's Tujonku map, a real-time guide showing where one dessert is still available. Sounds fun, right? And this map exists because of one thing, the Dubai Chewy Cookie, or Tujonku in short. Right now in Korea, it's almost impossible to find. Bakeries, dessert shops, and even convenience stores are all selling it, and somehow it's always sold out. People line up in the cold and refresh delivery apps, all just to get one cookie. Inspired by the viral Dubai chocolate, this cookie is filled with pistachio cream and fine pastry strands, wrapped in a cocoa-flavored marshmallow-like shell. It's called a cookie, but it's soft and chewy, almost closer to rice cake or duck. And here's the twist. It has nothing to do with Dubai. It was created in Korea and became a nationwide obsession almost overnight. So, if you ever visit Korea and feel curious about Tujonku, why not give it a try? If you're lucky, you might just find one. Let's take a look at these images. At first glance, they look like something from a sci-fi movie, don't they? But these are not movie props. They're sculptures, part of the Seoul International Sculpture Festa 2026. The event runs from January 14th to 18th at COEX in Seoul, bringing together nearly 500 artists and more than 2,000 works. What makes this festival interesting is how close the art feels. You don't just look at the sculptures, you walk around them and share the space with the sculptures. As the organizers put it, sculpture is an art from that changes space and leaves a memory in the city. With artists, galleries, companies, and even young creators all taking part. This festival isn't just about exhibition. It's about imagining how art can live in everyday urban life. It might look like a library, but instead of books, the shelves are filled with all kinds of Korean instant noodles or ramyeon, each one waiting to be explored and tasted. This is the Ramyeon Library, a playful space where ramyeon isn't just food, it's culture. You can browse different types of noodles and pick one you like and sit down with friends to enjoy it together. Korean ramyeon is just popular at home. It's on the rise globally. Last year, K-Food's iconic comfort dish helped Korea's noodles break a record, with exports topping about $1.52 billion for the first time ever, backed by global interest in Korean culture and cuisine. And the recognition doesn't stop there. The word ramyeon has recently been added to the Oxford English Dictionary. So here in this library, you're not just tasting noodles. You're experiencing a story of culture, connection, and the joy of discovering something that's loved around the world. So now from history and diplomacy to desserts, art, and ramyeon, these everyday scenes show how Korean culture keeps expanding in the most unexpected ways.
For today's Hallyu People, we invite Hyungwon Kang, a photojournalist and two-time Pulitzer Prize winner who has witnessed wars, terrorism, and historic turning points in democracy up close and captured those defining moments of our time with his camera. As a Korean American, Kang is also committed to spreading Korean culture to the world. In that respect, today he wants to share his thoughts on the spirit of Seonbi, which is rooted deeply in Korean culture and which is the topic of his brand new book. Seonbi were traditional intellectual leaders from Korean history who were respected not just for their knowledge, but for their moral integrity and social responsibility. So let's invite photojournalist and author of the book Seonbi Country Korea, Hyungwon Kang, into the studio. Welcome, Hyungwon, and
Hyungwon.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Nice to see you both.
Right, so Hyungwon, we met almost exactly a year ago on the Culture Wave.
Yes.
And that's when you revealed that you are actually working on a book on the Seonbi spirit.
Right. Yes.
And now a year has passed and we welcome you to K-Culture Dive. So first and foremost, why did you write a book on the Seonbi culture?
Well, this Seonbi book is a product of my 5 years of working in Korea, and I decided to work on this book because there's nothing definitive about Korean history and culture in English language for outsiders to learn more about Korea. And to really understand Korea, you have to understand Korean history, intellectual history, and it's all Seonbi culture.
Right. So what exactly is Seonbi? The question that many global audiences right now probably have. How would you explain it?
Seonbi were not only educated elites, but those intellectuals who pursue not only to become smart and wise, but also to become a sage, just like Jesus Christ, Buddha, Confucius, Socrates. And Seonbi were oblivious to material gain for personal wealth, but they were more interested in being noble, virtuous. And Seonbi had this look that I captured in that photograph.
You have here one,
yeah,
yes.
That's a 동네 학춤. It's a crane dance. But that look of a Seonbi wearing kat and topo symbolizes how Seonbi looks outside of his own space. Yeah.
Wow.
Right. The kat that you mentioned is this Korean traditional hat that we see here.
Right.
All right.
It's very nice to see the photo online, but also like physically in front of our eyes is very catchy as well.
It is.
Yeah, look of a Seonbi is captivating. It has a presence. In Korean expression, it's called 의관 정제. That means you have to be dressed properly to walk out of the house.
Right.
And Seonbis are defined by that. Now, what people don't know is that between Seonbi and Yangban, there's a confusion, and that's part of the the poor education in the 20th century that did not get into the depth of the Seonbi teachings. But Yangban are different. They might look like Seonbi, but they do not carry the virtuous path, the high road that the Seonbis took.
I see. And you've also mentioned that Seonbi spirit lies at the heart of K-culture's global success. So what do you mean by this? Could you please further elaborate on this?
The Seonbi culture has Pungyu, which is arts for intellectuals. And Pungyu includes music, poetry, dance, all of that K-related Hallyu comes from the Seonbi and entertainment.
Oh, I see.
Very interesting. And Hyungwon, the Seonbi spirit is often actually seen as something from the past or maybe too idealistic. And the term Seonbi is even used in a distorted way sometimes. So why do you think is that happening? And why do you think the Seonbi spirit actually matters in modern day life?
So 20th century was a series of historical traumas for Korea. When Korea was colonized, went through war, only after 1953, Korea started modern education for Koreans. And in that process, the teachings that the Japanese laid out in the first half of 20th century persisted. And the cultural annihilation, cultural genocide that they attempted lingered on. And part of that includes absence of teachings about Seonbi. And all the teachings and philosophies that goes with Seonbi philosophy.
I see. And now your book, Seonbi Country Korea, is about Korean culture, but is targeted to someone or audiences outside of Korea. So why do you think, or why do you say now is the time to kind of, right time to introduce this Seonbi culture to global audience?
The 20th century was a century of global wealth for most countries, including the United States. But the Western ways of doing things couldn't solve the disparity between the socioeconomic classes and the widening gap between the wealthy and the poor. That has not been solved by anybody, by any culture so far. The Seonbi culture, if you look into it, offers solutions how to live together harmoniously. And that comes from the foundation principles of Korean people, which is 홍익 인간 philosophy, where you have to be beneficial to people around you. And that teaching about how to become responsible, egalitarian, and citizenship is all Seonbi teachings. And it's about time that the rest of the world should learn about Korean philosophy to perhaps make over the world culture into something better than what it is now, because what it is now is not sustainable.
Now, let's go a little deeper into your book. You just mentioned the philosophy of the spirit, but I noticed that your book is categorized in, was it 4 or 5
chapters,
which are very important because they actually show the virtues of the Seonbi spirit. So could you please maybe tell us about those categories first and then talk more about the photographs?
Sure. Basically, Seonbi philosophy is defined by 5 value words. One is discipline. Discipline is basically fundamentals of Korean culture, where we value education as the most important thing for everybody. And that explains why we have 0 illiteracy in Korea, because everybody's educated. The discipline also teaches you how to behave properly with proper protocols and manners. And this discipline also teaches you how to be courageous at times of need. And if you think about Korean history, each time the country was attacked, the people rose up, defended the country. That happened in 1592, Japanese invasion of Korea, which was a failure because people rose up. 300 years later, when Japan finally succeeded in colonizing Korea, Koreans also rose up, and they had endless struggle through the end of the World War II. So all those spiritual foundations comes from the courage that the Seonbi philosophy teaches. And then if you look at Korean history, Korea is the only country where we have a birth date of our written language, Hangul,
Right.
훈민정음. Well, when King Sejong the Great, I call him Seonbi King. King Sejong the Great, Seonbi King, when he invented 훈민정음, he basically shared knowledge and tools to become knowledgeable to everybody. So common people were able to educate themselves, express themselves. So I called it inclusion. And when the inclusion included all the way to all the slaves who were part of the Joseon dynasty, King Sejong the Great extended not only postpartum, maternity leave after slave women deliver babies, he even granted a month of leave before the delivery of the baby to make sure that everybody's healthy. That kind of egalitarian values were introduced in the 15th century by a Seonbi king, for example. And of course, and when it comes to defending Korean values, Admiral Lee Sun-shin protected the country in 1592. And what did he use? He used hagikjin. Bella, you have the crane wing formation that I photographed. That's a pair of cranes going toward a target. And that naval tactic was what Lee Sun-shin used to beat Japanese in 1592. Ironically, 300 years later, Japanese Navy used that against Russian Navy and defeated them in 1905. And then that's how they took over Korean peninsula. But hagikjin is also the cover of the book. And so I talk about crane wing formation. And what's important here is the knowledge that comes with the Seonbi culture. And because the education, it delivers innovation, knowledge. So world's first time bomb that was used in Korea, 1591. That's when it was invented, and that was of course used against Japanese in the war. So I talk about those innovation as wisdom that comes from knowledge, and then when you have discipline, courage, inclusion, and wisdom, when you have those four components, what do you have? You have trust, and we call that honor, honoring each other as individuals. And the democratic egalitarian values that we practice in Korea now is basically a product of the honor system that we have, where everybody participates, everybody carry their own weight. And Seonbi, as leaders of our society and community, they always walk the walk. They always walk the talk, meaning their words and their actions always match.
Right.
And that brings sincerity and trust between each other.
And Hyungwon, as we are already talking about your photographs, there is one more that we have. And could you tell us about another significant that you wanted to mention?
Yeah, well, Korea was a country of tigers until 1924. And Seonbis have many encounters with tigers because Seonbi would travel to Hanyang, the capital city, to take the National Civil Service exam. And they would encounter tigers, so I mentioned that in the book. And Korean tigers, of course, are part of the Siberian tiger family, and it completed the food chain on Korean land, and we hope that someday that they return back to Korean mountains.
And this is the beautiful tiger that we're seeing. So, Hyungwon, how is it actually different from taking these photographs about Seonbi culture from the usual on-the-ground reporting that we know of? That you usually did?
Yeah. As a photojournalist, my goal and my objective always is to look for storytelling pictures. And I found plenty of stories with Korean history and culture. And there are more than 200 photos in this book. And I can write a column about each of those photos. So each photo carries a story about Korean history and culture. And readers will walk away after reading this book and going through the book, that the Korea is indeed the Far East Asia's most ancient history and culture.
That is probably the message that you would like to convey to all the readers around the world. And on that note, finally, could you also tell us about some upcoming exhibitions I heard that you are going to hold in the States, right?
Yes, as part of my book launch, I'll be hosting a book talk in Los Angeles on January 29th, and in New York City on February 5th, and in Washington, D.C. on February 9th. I'll be talking about the books, and there'll be a photography exhibition, Seonbi photography exhibition in LA from January 29th through March 10 at the Los Angeles Korean Cultural Center.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you very much for making your time during your pretty short stay in Korea, because you must be busy preparing for that exhibition as well. And thank you for spreading the culture of Korea to the world through your photos as well as your writing. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on this program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Bella, as always. So we're going to see you here back soon.
Yes, I'll see you back soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. And keep diving.
올해가 한일 양국이 그리고 한일 양국민이 더욱 밀도 있는 교류와 협력을 통해 진정으로 더 가까워지고 함께 미래를 향해 힘차게 나아가는 새로운 60년의 원년이 되기를 진심으로 기대합니다.
おります。今回の大統領のご訪問を皮切りに本年が日韓関係をさらなる高みに発展させる年となることを期待しております。
We're here to bring a new type of news show.
New insights, new styles, and new topics every day. We are News Generation.
Bringing news just for you is Thursday, January 15th here in Seoul. I'm Isujin, and this is News Generation. Joining us today is Niall.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. Also, Brooke is with us.
Hello, happy to be here.
To have you, and both are here to speak on behalf of people in their 20s and 30s. So we're almost at the end of the week, and it's the perfect time to start daydreaming about your next trip. So whether it's a long vacation or a quick getaway, so many of us love traveling, but have you ever stopped to think about why? So it might be the excitement of going somewhere new, the chance to relax, or just escaping everyday routine. So Niall, what's your favorite part about traveling? Once you actually get there, what do you usually do?
You know what? My favorite part of traveling, I realize, is when I get in the car to go to the airport. Because that excitement is at its peak, right? But when I do get there, I do love the different local atmosphere and food. I love having local friends, so I like to visit places where I have friends. I like the more residential areas, but I also enjoy really traditional experiences as well. So that's what I like.
Yeah, I think experiencing the culture there really feels like you're actually in different countries. It's always fun. So what about you, Brooke?
I will say I am not the best traveler. I tend to get motion sickness, whether it's in a plane, a car, or a boat. And I also struggle with jet lag if it's an international trip. So traveling just doesn't really agree with me. But if I am feeling okay, I tend to prefer the chill, low-key type of schedule. I am not the traveler who plans every single minute of my itinerary with tourist activities. Instead, I like to research maybe a few places that I really want to see, and then I go visit them at a very leisurely pace. So my favorite part of traveling would be more of the creature comforts. I like settling into my hotel, lounging. I like going to the restaurants. In fact, I would say one of the best parts of traveling is getting to experience the different dining cultures of the places where you're going. For example, when I first came to Korea and I discovered that people love to share their food here when they eat, I thought, oh, this is the place for me. So yeah, those are some of my favorite parts about traveling.
I think that's something that a lot of people, kind of travel that a lot of people can relate to, taking it slow and focusing on really what really matters to you. And I agree, for me to also be food. So we're going to talk more about this, but first let's take a look at the screen.